Hello, I'm here to tell you about how to make one of these little things that I've been so fond of. I got my start working at Dessert Republic, where I got the idea from, and so we're going to start to make these. And first and foremost, we need to clean this kitchen. Much better. Anyway, so this is what we'll need. We'll need a really big knife, some almond milk. You can use any type of milk you like, regular dairy milk, but I prefer Almond Breeze because it is sweetened and mostly what my wife says 30 calories per serving, which is a lot better than 60 or 120, which you find in all the other drinks. Just a side note. You will also need a hammer here. I'd like to use any sort of hammer, but I will show you what you will need in the future. Okay? Cool. Oh yeah, and then also you'll need a pot to cook it in, and then also one of these little high-speed cups as well. And we'll show you how everything works. Oh, and you know what? We should also use a bowl. You're gonna want the bowl here because I'll show you how it works. Okay. Now that you have your knife and thing, you want to go in here and cut into it as such. You'll notice as you cut into it, you'll stop. And you'll stop and you won't be able to get any further. So what do? I'm glad you asked. Now, that's what the hammer is for. So we get it right here, and then we commence hitting. You want to get it about a little bit past the inside once you hit the juice. Once you get there, that's when you grab this little trusty little bowl here, and then flip it upside down. And the juice should pour out accordingly. Now the juice is pouring out a little bit slowly, so what we'll do is we'll turn it back around and start pounding a little bit more. That should work. Now the juice is free flowing very nicely, isn't that? Cut it. Lovely. Now what do we do with this? Well, I'm glad you asked. That's where we get this little sucker here, and we pour it in this bowl. This will nicely heat up our coconut. So we'll get it over here, put on that, put it to about medium, just so enough to simmer. Now we go back to here. What do we do with this thing? Well, I'm glad you asked. Well, we cut it down some more to the very, very end. Once you get to the very end, you'll notice you don't want to... I'd probably use a cutting board for this. Let's do that. Good idea. Go. Cool. And then inside you notice you have coconut. Coconut on top, coconut on the bottom. Now what do you do with this? Good. Okay, let me move this over to the microwave. What I used to do is I used to put the coconut juice in here and then with the almond milk over here together, but I noticed it took forever to heat up. It took about 10 minutes to heat up. So what I do is I take this thing now and then grab myself a little bowl here, or a little plate, anything works, and I put it in for about a good 2 minutes. 2 minutes in the microwave. I'll explain to you why. Okay. Now we have our little almond milk. Now our almond milk, we put it in here. I fill it about halfway usually. That's all I really need. So I'll fill that up about halfway. Closing. And then what do I do with this? Well, you probably want to heat this up too. So, put that in here along with that, and that will heat up our trusty little milk there. Good, along with everything else. Keep it going? Good. Bingo. Now it's in for 2 minutes. Now, why did I put it in for 2 minutes? Well, the reason why is because before I put this in, the actual coconut part was really hard. But now if you look at it, when you put into it, it's very soft. So what I like to do is cut it into 8 things, kind of like a pizza. So I do that, do that, and do that. And I'd also do the same thing inside here. Now, before I cooked it for 2 minutes in the house, it was very hard. Now it's very soft. So I do that, cut into 8 equal places, like a little pizza. And then do that. Now, what I do is I start from the top here, and then I start scraping it along. It comes off pretty easily now. Because before, when I used to do this, like I said before, it came off a little more difficult, with a little more elbow grease. Now it comes off pretty easily. So I stuck with that little technique. So you keep doing it and doing it and doing it. So you totally clean off the sides as such. And it also gives it to you into palatable, manageable pieces for you to swallow or even just kind of drink up. So there you go. There's that one. And oh, wait a minute. Totally forgot about this one. I didn't actually, but I just remembered. So I go in here and then just slowly peel that other stuff away. And just have it fall in there as well. It's good stuff. See, this one's a little harder. Probably should have put it in a little longer. But still equally as manageable. So there you go. There you go. It's good stuff. Does that look lovely? Okay. Now what's all in here? Looks good. It's good to go. Nice manageable pieces. Oh, and wait a minute. What happened to that coconut juice I had? Anyway, I put a little bit of extra because usually it's a little bit too much in there. But let me, now that this is nice and hot and warm, look at that. That's some good stuff ready for pouring. So I take this, put it in here. Remember, this is the hot coconut stuff. I just slide it on in there like so. Usually put about 3/4 all the way up. And then here's some excess stuff, so sure, why not put it in there? Got 3/4 all the way up. That's good. Still a little bit of coconut juice left. We'll put that in a different little spot. Then we got our trusty little nice warm almond milk. Put a little bit of that in there. Fill that up. Bam. Put a little bit of that in there as well. And now, to finish it off, there you go. And there you have your young sweet coconut device that I learned while working at a restaurant over in San Mateo, California, called Dessert Republic. It's a great place, and now that you've seen how much effort goes into this, you finally realize why they charge like $7 for one of these things at a restaurant. So actually, with all the things, these things usually go for about $2 to $3 at any little supermarket. Usually, I get mine for the Korean Mart over at Palto up in Lakewood, Washington, and there's maybe about, I don't know, not too much money worth of milk over in the over at the commissary, which I get this stuff from. But anyway, it's really nice and good, and then I usually get this to my wife, and she's really happy. Awesome. Anyway, so there you have it. Enjoy.